So on this example here, the radius is what? 6, and so it's all set up perfectly for plugging it into the formula. Pi times 6 squared, and 6 squared is what? So we get 36 pi, and it's area now again, so it's square units. And so the area is 36 pi centimeters squared. If they say in terms of pi, if they want you to round to the nearest tenth, then we'll plug that in their calculator, we'll round it off, and we'll get somewhere around 110. I don't know what it is. Thank you. 113.1.
Yeah.
So if they say round to the 10th, then we would call this 113.1 centimeters squared. Okay? Now, area of a sector. So we're talking about the shaded sector of this circle. Again, there's no great symbol for an arc, and so I just write it this way so you know that what we're saying is that you're going to put a number there that represents the measure of the arc we're talking about. So it's the measure of the arc divided by 360 times pi r squared. Well, what's pi r squared represent? Area of a circle. So in other words, they're finding the area of the whole circle and multiplying it by the fraction of the circle that we're talking about. Just like before when we did arc length, we found the circumference of the whole circle and multiplied it by the portion or the fraction of the circle we're talking about. So in this example, what's the measure of our arc? Arc AB, what's the measure of that? 110. Same as the measure of this central angle here, right? So this measure, this arc is 110. So we say 110 out of 360 times area of the whole circle, which is pi r squared. And what's r? 6. And so we get 36 pi. I'm going to put that over 1, so it's a fraction like this one. Okay? And if they want us to put this in terms of pi, what can we do? Okay, I can take cancel a 0 out of there by dividing both top and bottom by 10. The 36s are the same, so I can cross cancel them. Anything else? We're left with a 1 here now and a 1 up here. And so then we say 11 times 1 times pi is 11 pi. Now the bottom 1 times 1 is 1. Do I have to put that 1 in there? No. And then I put my units on. And then probably get around 36, 37.
34.6.
Oh, 34.6. If they say to round, then you would do this. If they say in terms of pi, then you leave it as 11 pi, inches squared. Okay? Now, one example we hadn't looked at yet. If they want us to find the area of this circle. Someone tell me, what was the formula again? Area equals pi r squared. r squared. And so, the common mistake, someone help me know what the common mistake is gonna be. We'll do this in rapid because it's gonna be wrong.
People attempt to put 20.
They do what?
They have r squared is 20.
Okay, so they put pi times 20 squared in here, don't they? Okay, that would be the wrong thing to do. We don't want to do that. Why is it wrong? Because the diameter is 20. So what's the radius? The radius is 10 centimeters. And so that makes this wrong, and we want to not do things wrong. So let's put 10 squared in here. And 10 squared is 100. So we get 100 pi centimeters squared. Is our area. Okay? So that's what you have to watch for, that they don't trick you into thinking whatever number they put in there, I'm just going to plug into the formula. Make sure you understand R stands for radius, and you have to have the radius. Okay? And when we start mixing these things together, the common mistakes is that we confuse the circumference formula with the area formula. So be careful with that. Make sure you label your formulas well. Make sure you know where they're at, and practice using the right ones. Any questions on what we've covered so far? Okay, a segment of a circle. I'll pause while you copy this down. So the segment of a circle is kind of strange to hear, but a segment of a circle is a very specific meaning. It means this portion inside the circle that's bounded by an arc and a chord. Okay? It's bounded by an arc and a chord. A segment joining the endpoints there on the circle there. Okay? So that's what a segment is. This is how we find the area of that segment. We're going to find the area of the whole sector. We're going to subtract from it the area of the triangle. And then what's left will be the segment. So it's the area of the sector minus the area of the triangle will equal the area of the segment. So here's an example. We want to find the area of this segment. Okay. So we're going to find the area of the whole sector. Highlight that in yellow. There's the whole sector. We'll find the area of that whole sector. We'll subtract from it the area of this triangle in here. Okay? So what is the angle that measures the arc AB? 90. Okay, it's the same as this 90-degree angle here. So area of the, I'll write it here, area of the sector is 90 over 360 times area of the whole circle, which is pi 18 squared. And then we're going to subtract from that the area of the triangle. Well, since this is 90 degrees, since these are both radii of the circle, how long is this side?
18.
18 also. And since that's 90, we can look at it this way. It's not drawn very well, but we have 18, 18. We have a formula for a triangle. It says area is equal to 1/2 the base times the height, as long as the base and height are always perpendicular, right? Well, these are perpendicular, so we can use these as our base and height. So the area of my triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay? agree that 90 out of 360 is the same as 1 out of 4? 90 goes into 360 4 times. Or you can cancel the zeros and then 9 goes into 36 4 times, either way. So we get 1/4. And this is 324, I think. Is that correct? Half of 324 would be 162. Four goes in there 81 times. Double check my math. It's 18 times 18, 324. Half of that's 162. And 324 divided by 4 is 81. Okay? Now, if they say in terms of pi, these are not like terms. This has a pi in it, this one doesn't. They're not like terms. We cannot simplify that any further. If they say in terms of pi, this is our answer. Inches squared. Okay? If they say in terms of pi, you just have to leave it that way. It's ugly, yes, but it's the only way to leave it as an exact value. Okay? Now, if they say round, then I'm going to plug that in my calculator. I might have just gone up here and plugged it all in my calculator up at this point and let it do all that work rather than me simplifying. But if they say to the nearest, or in terms of pi, you have to leave it this way. If they say round to the 10th place, Connor, what'd you get?
92.5.
Okay? That's how we would do that, if they said to round. Okay? Did I lose anybody? No, that's wrong. That was in case we had school Wednesday and I wasn't here. I was afraid that you wouldn't grasp onto the segment part of it, so I wanted you to stop before that.
Would you think there's any evens tomorrow?
We're going to do evens, I think 36.
So can we just put 1 through 37 off? Just do them all?
Yeah, we can do that. Let me back up. Well, here's the problem. Well, yeah. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. You're going to have all the class period tomorrow to work on it. Miss Johnson will be here and she'll be able to help you. So if you get hung up, normally I don't like to assign all because then you start at 1 and you get through today and you've only got halfway through or a quarter of the way through the problems and you have no idea what you're going to need help on at the end. Where when we do odds and then evens, you get all the way through. You know which ones you're going to need help on. You have all the next class period to get help on that. But Miss Johnson will be here and she knows how to do this, so you'll be okay either way. Just real quick, if you have a picture like this, we're not getting into specifics because I didn't give you any numbers, but we have a picture like this. We want the area of the yellow shaded region. What would we do to find that? Nice. So I would find the area of the circle. I would find the area of the square. And I would subtract from the area of the circle what I got for the area of the square, right? That would give me what was left outside of that. So the reason I say that is because they're going to give you a few problems similar to this that maybe aren't quite that straightforward. But the reality is most of them are that easy. You just have to sort out what are they giving you. okay? What are they giving you? And then you have to find what's missing. All right? So I'll stop there.